we've had a couple technical difficulties today, but whatever, no big deal. We're here live today, and as you may have noticed, myself and my business partner, Aaron Lebovic, and our newest business partner, Jennifer White. How's it going, Jennifer?
It's going well. How are you guys?
Doing good. So a lot of us in Facebook land and realtor land know Jennifer as Jennifer Morgan, but she's Jennifer White to us, and is an amazing person. I could go on and on for that, but I'm going to turn it over to my business partner, Aaron Lebovic, to tell us about Jennifer a little more, because quite frankly, you've been able to work with her a little closer over the last few years than I have, Aaron, even though we've worked together at least on the fringes for, gosh, Jen, what's it been, like 6 years now ago that we met? 2012?
Yeah, 6.5. I think we met in May of 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget that time in my life. And at any rate, so Aaron, I'll let you take it away, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, so I am just so excited to have Jen on board at eXp Realty. I have her a short bio. Actually, it's not so short. I could read this laundry list of accomplishments, but I'm going to point out a couple of things that really stood out to me and that are making me so excited to be in business with you, Jen. And by the way, Jen, you might always be Jen Morgan to me. I don't know. I'm trying for Jen White.
That's okay. It does have a different syllabic pentameter, as it were, off the tongue, so I understand.
Yeah, cool. Well, so 17 years in the business, experience with development, construction, and of course sales. As a single agent, you've sold over 300 homes, which is just mind-blowing. It's phenomenal. When I met you, you oversaw and ran the Keller Williams office in Cherry Creek, in the Cherry Creek neighborhood of Denver. But over your career, you've overseen and ran 5 Keller Williams offices. I'm so glad that you decided to take a step back and spend more time with your family, focusing on your business and production, and also some excursions out in Costa Rica. I know you've got lots of cool things going on there as well. And this stat really stood out to me. This actually really stood out, what I'm about to share. In 2013, when you took over the Keller Williams office in Cherry Creek, there were 150 agents, and I don't want to say only, because it's still a lot of money, but only about $160 million in sales for the Keller Williams Cherry Creek office. And over the years, in fast forward 3 years to 2016, there were 200 agents and $495 million in sales. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And I'd like to think, I can't hear you too well, Jen. What's that?
I said that's a lot. That's a lot of hard work there.
A lot of hard work, yeah. Well, and I remember, because when I joined Keller Williams in Cherry Creek in 2014, you were pregnant at the time and still putting in just as many hours as I was at the office, which was a lot. In fact, that's one of the reasons I'm so fond of you and I appreciate our friendship so much is, I mean, you probably remember the long talks about business and life and growing a big business while also juggling the family life. So continuing on with some stats here, you brought the profitability of that office from $0 to $300,000 in a year. And this is pretty incredible, actually. You've coached and grown 45 agents' businesses to be and become $10 million producers. That's incredible. And so I'd love to hear from you. It's not all about me. This is about you. I'd love to hear from you. What's drawn you into eXp, and what are your goals while you're here?
Well, it's interesting because I actually had a conversation about eXp about a year ago, and I just kind of put it to the side because I had just stepped down as the managing broker in Cherry Creek, and I wanted to just take a little step back and focus on my family. And so during that time, I spend about 3 to 4 months a year in Costa Rica. And so we kind of just hot-tailed it out as soon as I stepped down in September, I think it was. We headed out to Costa Rica for a couple months, and my husband and I just sat down and said, you know, kind of what do we want to do when we grow up? You know, what do we want to be, and how do we want to be? And we came to the conclusion that we'd really like to see more time spent in helping other people grow their wealth. Because that's been a big part of what I've done as a coach and as a team leader, and even as a real estate broker. I've focused on helping our clients grow wealth. So we know that that was one of the things we wanted to do, and I felt like the opportunity at eXp was not properly, I think, explained when I started the conversation. I didn't know how big it actually was as far as what could be. And so when I sat with you guys I guess probably a month ago, and learned about your transition, I was very concerned about how that would play out in my life if I didn't take the opportunity, as it were. So eXp has this, you talked about the three-legged stool, right? It has the revenue share, but then it also has all of this technological advancement that I think so many of the agencies out there are behind in, significantly behind, like decades behind. And then it also has this incredible opportunity for agents to grow as stock owners, because it's a publicly traded company. So there's all this support around tech, but then there's also these like bonus features of revenue share and stock options that no other company that I've come across has. And I read, I think was it Curtis Johnson that put out there that you're chasing this prize that you get to win every year, and that prize is a $16,000 prize if you do XYZ. And that was a fascinating approach to me of how to look at your business and go, okay, if I sell this many houses, yeah, sure, I get paid. But if I sell this many houses, I get paid and I get this awesome prize. And that, to me, I think it has to do with Icon Agent, right? Was that
Yep.
the conversation? So that in and of itself is a pursuant thing that I want to chase, because I'm fascinated by the way that people are able to build wealth just by buying and selling real estate. And then to have on top of that revenue share and stock options, it's the golden goose, as it were.
Yeah, it's funny what I'm hearing you say is you really like the fact that this is aimed at rewarding productivity and rewarding people who are going after more.
Yes, and I think accomplished people want to be in the company of accomplished people, right? You don't want to always just be the person that's done the most in the room. And I think that can be a typical conversation that you have with a lot of real estate brokers out there who are very high producers, because as an industry, the average agent only sells like 6 houses a year. So those of us who are selling far more than that are chasing that company of others who are doing those same things, or producing at that level, or sustaining other people at that level, or whatever it is. And for me, from the standpoint of revenue share, I know how to recruit, and I feel like I did a pretty good job at it. And
Pretty
I
good.
It's an
yeah,
understatement.
I feel like I could help other people do that, and then help them build their wealth. So kind of to circle back to the conversation we had, my husband and I, how do we help other people build wealth? We've been kind of chasing that, like, how do we do that? And then when this came up, I'm like, oh my gosh, do you know how many people I could help just by building their revenue share in this company? Like, that is the coolest thing ever. That's the coolest thing ever, to help your friends get rich. Are you kidding me? Coolest thing.
I hear you, and that's what's so awesome about this. I feel like when we talk to people about eXp, it's a blessing for us and our family and what it's going to do for our wealth and our legacy, and it's such an opportunity for the people we talk to as well. And the coolest thing about it, as you were describing, was it's something that no other company is doing. I liken it to the book, The Blue Ocean Strategy, where you've got a lot of brokerages that are arguing and fighting over, well, I have the lowest commission splits, or I just charge a transaction fee, or we provide this training and this support. Yeah, the brokerage as a foundation has to be a fabulous brokerage that you work at. And then we're operating on a totally different plane of opportunity for the agents just by doing what they would normally be doing, as you mentioned, which is production. So let's talk about that for a little bit, Jen. Tell us about, so are you going to jump into eXp and then call it quits in real estate? Are you done helping people buying and selling, or what's your plan on the sales side?
So the good news is I don't have to quit, because my team, so we've had the Blue Moon Group since 2002, and Dave, my husband, is actually the lead sales on that, and he's brought in another agent so far to add to our team, and we've actually got 2 more people that we're looking at to add to our team. But he's really kind of taken the wheel of leading it, and I've kind of taken the back office, as you will, of structuring the business, making sure that it's humming on all pistons, as it were. And in that, I've learned some really cool strategic ways to get more customers in the door, to serve our clients better. One of the things we just talked about was how excited I am to be able, in the process of staying in touch with our clients, how excited I am to tell them what we're doing, and to also give them an understanding of what I think the market is going to do in the same breath. So to have this launching point of getting into something that's so technologically ahead of everybody else, that's probably the biggest pull for me. Anybody who's sat in any of the classes that I've taught over the last few years has heard me say the internet is taking over our industry and the virtual world is taking over our industry. And actually, that is pretty cool. And we can't be afraid of it. We have to embrace it because it's not going away.
That's totally true. And Jen, one of the things I like that I've always admired about you is here you are. I think a lot of us see you as, I mean, let's face it, you made a dent in real estate in Colorado. Like, let's just call it what it is. You've recruited a lot of people, you've sold a lot of houses, you've helped a lot of people grow from their business from zero, literally starting out as nothing, up to 10 and $20 million producers and anything and everything in between. Well, I think what was for
Oh, there he goes.
sorry. What was lost on a lot of people, and even for me for a while, like it's so easy to forget because you spend so much of your time coaching and helping others, is the fact that you run a massively productive real estate team too in business. And I love that you've got that going on. And I'm just going to say it, you kind of make it look easy. And because at the same time, you're putting all your effort and energy into other people. And that's, I think, the thing from the day I met you, through working with you at that office in Cherry Creek, and just even spending time together here recently over the last couple of weeks, that has always kept me like attracted and connected to you, is your ability to want to help other people. And at the same time, you're running this big old thing back here that's like massive and way beyond the industry norms. And it's kind of like, oh yeah, I do that too. I'm selling a lot of real estate, and you're going to keep selling it, but you're always sewing into other people. And that's just one of the things that I appreciate about you on a high level, and one of the reasons why I'm so excited to kind of really officially be in the business with you in this capacity.
Thank you. That is so flattering. I really appreciate that as a compliment from you. That means a lot. I think it's our job as humans to invest in each other, and if we don't, we miss out on one of the greatest gifts, I think, of being alive. And I feel like the real estate community has so much to give to society as a whole. And when we do it right, we really impact people's lives at a high level. And when we do it wrong, we really impact people's lives at a really high level, So I think to have the ability to reach on a national scale, that's the other thing that I love about this eXp concept, is it's not just one office. It's not just one region. It's the whole company is under this umbrella that is so uniquely its own, that I can have a connection with somebody in another state, and I can go sell real estate in another state, and I only pay eXp one time. Like that, nobody else has that either. And that's an amazing concept, especially for those of us who've been in real estate for so long. We've seen every model under the sun, and we've recruited against it, and we've recruited for it. And this one it recruits itself. Like you don't need a team leader, right? You don't need a broker sitting in an office recruiting, because it recruits to itself, and that is a pretty cool concept.
It is, and the thing I like about this company that I've noticed, so almost 3 months, Aaron and I have been here now, just under 3 months, and the thing that I've noticed that stuck out to me, and Aaron, tell me if it's the same or different for you, is because of that, like it invites so much more collaboration on such a high level, like I've never seen before in any other company that I've been at. Like this is pretty amazing.
Definitely, I've been seeing that as well, and already getting the effects of it. There's some really large team owners and even broker owners that are coming on board, and we don't all have to be in the same revenue share group in order for us to want each other to win and to support each other. I'm getting supported, and I'd like to think I'm giving support as well. And I know, Jen, and the culture that you have ingrained in you, you're going to have that for all agents throughout eXp as well.
Absolutely. And I appreciate what you guys have done just in explaining things to me and helping me kind of today and just getting through the technology woes of my computer. I mean, just having that collective, like, hey, we're going to get to this finish line to accomplish A, B, or C. That's a great community to be in. And if everybody is thinking that way, this company is going to just explode. It really
It reminds me, my 5-year-old always says to me when we're building something together, like Legos or whatever, she'll always remind me, she'll say, teamwork makes the dream work. Like, that's literally what it feels like, right?
Totally.
Right, absolutely. And the kids, I think, because she's almost 4 now, which blows my mind, Aaron, when you said I was pregnant when you came on board. I can't believe that was so long ago. But she's always like, Mom, are we going to do this? And then she'll say whatever it is. And then always say at the end, together. And I think that togetherness is what makes things go so much faster at an exponential rate, is that togetherness makes it move faster and makes it more quickly because we're all working together in the same direction. And that is a cool concept.
I think so too.
Well, fun times. Exciting times. Our industry is changing. The companies are changing. Companies are growing, and I'm just so excited to have you on board. Anything else you guys want to share today?
I'll leave my parting shot and then leave it for Jen, since this is her show. I'm again so happy to be in business with you and doing this on the same team and truly be moving forward together. This is so exciting, and I'll leave last words for Jen.
Thank you. I appreciate you both, and I will say, if we could get this global in the next year, take it to other countries. I mean, my heart is set on Costa Rica. You guys both know that. I love that country. I love the people in that country. I think to add this to that world, because it's a virtual platform, that's what the agents need down there. And I think this could be an incredible opportunity to expand conceptually and also actually into global places that are like Costa Rica, where there's a virtual need, and eXp fills that need, in my mind, perfectly.
No doubt.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining today on Facebook Live, or if you're watching this after we went live. If there's anything we could do for you, no matter what brokerage you're at, we have a goal of world collaboration rather than world domination. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us to see how we can help you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a great
Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in today and joining us. For more information regarding eXp Realty, we'd like to invite you to one of our Discover the Truth of eXp Realty webinars. You can find that information at kevinandfred.com/truth. Again, that's kevinandfred.com/truth. Thanks so much. Create yourself a great day.